You are like welcome to the podcast, Cesar. It's nice to have you here. It's been a long time coming here. I know you. I've been opportune to sit with you and talk to you about the music business and how to scale an artist and all of that. But for those who do not know you, I'd like you to, do a brief introduction about yourself or of yourself.
My name is Joseph, aka Zala. I'm a journalist. Also, it's like KJ, also City People, also Room My TV. I'm a journalist, artist manager, tour manager, and basically I'm an all-round business stakeholder, music business stakeholder.
Okay, now, because when I met you, I met the artist manager.
Yeah, so that's my major right now. I work as an artist manager. I work with Terry G. I've worked with Stadium Cadence. Basically, right now I'm working with one superstar that I can't wait to break out. Then it's reading City. So I just can't wait to break about it. So. Yeah, that's me. That's the answer to it.
Okay, and that brings me to my first question. What is artist management and what does an artist manager do?
Oh, an artist manager is more than career. It's the person that takes care of an artist because your work doesn't end. It's not a 9 to 5 where today you are his friend, tomorrow you're not. Artist manager is the first person, is a first in line to the artist. He is the person that takes care of the artist's needs.
What is artist management and what does an artist manager do?
Oh, an artist manager is more than career. It's the person that takes care of an artist because your work doesn't end. It's not a 9 to 5 where today you are his friend, tomorrow you're not. Artist manager is the first person, is a first in line to the artist. He is the person that takes care of the artist's needs, takes care of his, that makes sure that he's on the right path to greatness. So yeah, that's what the artist manager is. It's the artist's best friend.
Okay. I've known people who have gone from being a staunch believer of an artist. They just love his craft or craft, and like the strong supporters of this artist to becoming the artist, the manager of said artist.
Yeah.
Is there a particular skill set a person must have to become an artist manager?
First, you need to understand how to communicate. I think that's the most important thing in communication. Also, you need to understand that, even if the artist doesn't believe in himself, you are the one to make sure the artist is cool. You want to make sure that the artist is still in business. So, I think the first skill is communication, psychology, because at the end of the day, it's not just your artist that is involved right now. Your artist to the world. You need to be able to make sure that business goes well with the next artist, with the next business partner, with his friend, his girlfriend, all of that thing, all of those things, you need to understand how to communicate, you need to understand how to run the business, you need to understand how to manage your artist, you need to understand how to manage people basically. So yeah, that's another skill set. I think you need to understand the music your artist is making so that you'll be able to sell your artist to the next person. So yeah.
Some would argue that an artist does not need a manager at the start of their career. But I do not agree with that thought process. But do you think that there's a milestone that an artist has to reach before they get a manager?
Well, at the end of the day, I feel like that milestone is understandable because you have to pay this person. Do you understand? And at the end of the day, when people have bills, they have responsibilities. When they say that they are your manager, they expect you to cough out. You don't know you. Well, why I say that, even at the least, you still need management or you still need manager. you need somebody to push you because it's exhausting really. If I understand that, like if I'm an artist, I'm doing everything by myself, I'll get exhausted. But then if I have a manager or like a friend, that's host manager that sees the music more than I do, that respects and loves my music, I wouldn't want to disappoint this person. You get so I understand why and the thing about management is the fact that it's not respect. So you as a manager, you should be able to shield your artist from all of that. So that's why you need management as important, go out, get business done, meet somebody on your behalf. Because you can't do anything like all on yourself. So you understand. But management, people, I feel like the first nation is that if you want to get a manager, you get a hard manager, please don't. Because that will close some doors.
Humility is a very, very important attribute.
Humility is too important for the artist, or basically for the manager. Because before you ask for disrespect, you take it for him, or before he gets this.
You are like the bulletproof.
Bulletproof, do you understand? You're the bulletproof.
You absorb all of the disrespect that
still
artists might want to get.
Yes, so that's the point.
So for me, I feel like a manager should be like an Obi-Wan Kenobi to an artist who is the Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, that's true.
Offering guidance and support and basically protection too as well.
Yeah.
But how do you think an artist, or what do you think an artist should look out for in selecting a manager that wouldn't be a yes man? Because you have some people who you say that they are managers, but they are actually yes men.
And so, like the artist, that is why, you selecting your manager needs to be someone that you respect also. That his opinion matter. You can be a man, you can be a woman. Your opinion must matter to you. You must be able to accord people respect to them, so that when they say, "Oh, this thing is not what you should do. It's not what you should do." Do you understand? So all of that encompasses what a manager should look for in himself before actually taking up the managerial to say
So when an artist starts up, there's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
So in almost everything, including bringing up the team together.
Yeah.
But starting up, who do you think are the essential people an artist should have on their team?
Apart from your manager, apart from the manager, you need to have like a business of things that they'll be able to go out and source for contracts, source for source for contracts, source for business, source for money for let's say. Also, you need like I don't say you need like security, somebody that you might need a road manager, but that's not essential because if you have a manager that can drive, that's double for you. You get so I feel like I need business manager is important. As you continue to grow, you need to have look for road manager, people to look for A&R, you look for what we call it. They need hope as you grow. The thing about life is that we must always set it in goal. As you grow, the things that you need begin to surface. You will begin to go out and travel a lot. You realize that this manager cannot be manager can be. Might not be your overseas manager. Do you understand?
You need someone that region.
And when you start to speak a lot of music, you begin to come from different places. This cannot only be one person handling that. Be like, I need that air out. So, help me go out and listen to the sound. Come back and tell me. I will be able to see if I want this sound. This artist likes your sound. If you guys want to collaborate, your air and how it goes. So as you get to that stage, you begin to see the need for all of these people around.
So we have had cases of where artists will grow and they will think that they outgrown that manager that broke his back or a back to break them out. How do you think managers can protect themselves? Because a lot of people don't know what to. It's now that managers are also getting into the spotlight. You know, we have Donald One, we have Navics, we have even Sunday I used to be behind the scenes. But you know, you now have managers coming, you know, people are getting popular now. So, but how do you think managers can protect themselves from these kinds of betrayals that happen?
I think I missed one person in the essentials when building a sales.
Okay.
The lawyer. And it's you need a lawyer that covers. So now, back to this question.
Yes.
Your lawyer covers you, the artist, covers you, the manager, that you know, go begin to grow. Although I have my essential, whatever percentage there because at the end of the day, the assumption when you become a manager, you either get like a salary or you get a percentage from when you make money.
Yes.
You understand? So many people actually go for like when we make money. Again, just commission 10%, 20%. You understand? So where your artist gets big, it is logical. Like not just logical. There's a big life is where people always stay there and go, I've outgrown this person, I've outgrown this stage. You can't handle this amount of pressure. You cannot handle business like this. Be like, you know, I want so to help you get, instead to help you
Grow, you know, why can't you go for business development?
you understand that help artists grow to the level where it feels like, oh, this is too much now. Yeah. Something to help you, okay, I know that this is too much for you. Why don't you go to business school? Why not, okay,
Because there's the resources for it now.
do you understand? Well, they feel like, you know what, there's this white man that's, you know, this is a white person, or there's this other millionaire that wants to be a manager that I feel like, instead of giving them a role in the company, you just give them, you know, a manager, and you just sort of hustle,
Broke your back.
broke your back. It's just not like people forget that when the aircraft is not in 9 to 5.
Yes, I remember I used to go to radio stations on the island to submit songs for artists.
Also disrespecting it.
Go to on the mainland to radio stations, try to talk to people. Like you said, I would absorb the disrespect, I would absorb the rejection and all of that. Shield the artist because I have developed my own mental health to be stronger than
I just feel like it's not like
it's what I
I know that beyond this you cannot talk to me, but because I need this, you know, I would just, and then you cannot overly disrespect me.
Yes.
It just be because of this particular thing. Because like, even when you go for events and then, you know, DJs begin to, like the DJ does not have this or does not have that, we need to shout, but you have to be able to like balance the situation. Like, I'm not mad at you. You're not mad at me. We laugh at anything, so do you understand? So, back to your question, like, you know, artists leaving you when you're big. Like, at the end of the day, it happens everywhere.
Yes.
It happens overseas, even with the contract that we have, it might still happen. So that's why we probably need a lawyer. You're not probably,
You need a lawyer.
at the beginning, you need that lawyer to solidify the position. So when that happens, you cannot, it's just like, it's a job, it's a career. You can get start, you know, at this particular point in time. So that's why you just need the lawyer to say that, okay, if I get sacked, I have a severance package, I have something that's
the sunset clause, the agreement.
I'm just like, okay, this one I might just get because there's really no, you cannot bring the things apart from just having like a big contract that binds you
To this person.
know.
So you think that it is necessary to, because I have been in situations where I just went with my gut feelings. You know, just let me just go with my gut feelings. No agreement, no nothing. Because first off, I would think to myself, this person, let it never be.
Don't worry, I've had that happen, you know. I've had that happen. That's the reason why, like, you know, having that feeling that, you know, I'm more than, at the end of the day, like they say, if you always have product, if your product is sound, if your emotion is sound, your product will sell. Do you understand? So I feel like I always had the feeling that if you leave, something better will come.
Yes,
You understand? That's why I'm never like putting myself behind anyone. Do you understand? What I'm doing, he will see it. That person will see it. That person will see it. We all must see it. So that if you mess up and you don't want me anymore, it's not that I've seen it. Be like, you know what? I've seen you do this for somebody. Come do it for me. I don't have to start proving to do that.
Yeah.
You have seen me do it before, and I can do it again. And if I have better resources, I'll do more than what I've done.
Yes.
So yeah, that's that. I feel like every manager should, all that like backstage, he should stop.
You know, because everybody, he's always behind the scenes. I'm one of those people. I remember, being in film school, one of the things that I used to do was just to be behind the scenes. And I am a very, very talented actor too. But I just thought to myself, you cannot make it if you're like this.
Yes.
You also need to put a name to the face.
Yes.
Or put a face to the name. Rather.
Clean your product, you understand? You always have a emotion if that product is good, regardless of how it goes down. Whether it has your name, do it right, excel at it, you get it, because people will always know.
It's one of the reasons why we started this particular podcast.
Yes.
This mindset, this what you've said is one of the reasons why we started this particular podcast. So, moving on to my next question, what do you think is, what are the required or important skills for somebody who wants to venture? We talked about it, but do you think that they need to go to a proper university, get a sort of certification or degree, or how does one get into management?
Well, how I did was I was a protege of somebody who was, who was already who was certified in the industry. I was protege. I was helping out, whatever. So, capacity and capacity. You get, when you go for events, you need the team. So I'm always part of the team where, instead of the manager going to go and tell the DJ to play, I really want to go and be like, this is how we want the song to play. So all of that, I was taking notice, when my boss, or Zini's and our G1, I did that show no more. Every time.
Shout out to D1.
Do you understand? Every time we had to go for these events, I would follow. He doesn't understand. All the time, I was actually studying to get how he relates to, even when he's angry, he does not show it. Or you can tell that this man is angry, but he'll be able to calm the situation, because if he cannot handle it, that means that God I remember one who loved James, that he doesn't know this can't work, or we can't work with James. So I feel like the first thing you need to do is you need to have somebody that you can, if you have somebody already in the industry, go to the person, follow the person around, get your contact. It's important to grow your portfolio, get this contact, because if you want to be in the industry, don't ask you who do you know.
Yes, it's all about contacts.
Yeah, who do you know? Can you get me an event at a hotel, or and you get a feature and so artists. So build your contacts, build your portfolio, get to know people, study, all these things about producers. Everybody was talking about how you think this, or how it's happening. All of that is related to social media. To me, it was something that that is managerial job. So we go study this person, study this these actions, study this artist, study how this person, because at the end of the day, all of that business school, right? All of that business school is important, but then again, not everybody can afford it. And I even think that for business school, it's just being replicated, whatever is done. Yeah, that's giving you. Yeah, they're just showing you. They're just writing the right side down, so you can actually go back and read on it. But then, if you're in the streets, obviously, I don't just, if you see Marvel's thing, right? I've worked with them a couple of times.
The same Marvel.
Yeah. we have a very, very well, I mean, they are young people, right? Probably in their early 20s, but they are very similar. They are scared. They're like, oh, mother will not show if this thing is not available. And then you, as a, like, you that you're trying to do, you realize that, okay, I have to do this for this person. You get it? Like, there is a, like, change that these people have that it was obvious that it was going to do, even if, like, when he started, when he dropped the stuff at GC, and then it was like his first, big song, right? I had like older friends, they were like, what is this person sing?
I felt like that.
So I don't, like, I didn't know what to do. I just, when I heard Escobar Dizzy, I went to his profile, I heard his other songs from, what was this? Tomorrow, all of that. I just realized that guy is on the group.
Consistent.
Was it?
Devil no.
Apart from me, this in the team, the culture that he built, a strong community where like they're always posting about this guys, even without like there's no pay attached to it. They're always posting about his music. They're always making sure that you listen, I listen, everybody listens.
And for those who do not know, they will take there's a lot of funds.
Yeah,
that's been. At that time, they were just growing. There was just passion.
It was a serious confidence. And that brings me to one thing I would say. We was an artist, right? All of that period that used to happen before. Like, most people see that you can pay your bill. You build,
and you still not make progress. So this thing, I've always been saying it, that it is not about the money. There are people who have a lot of funds. Like, I think we used to have a former minister's son who used to do music. It was, we all, Kashi. Yeah. They had Dino Melaye on one of those songs that for one of the music videos. Yes, like he had all of the funds for.
That's for the point right now.
And then you have boys from the trenches. Yeah, if I don't know about the ranking, all of them.
The thing has changed. The pendulum was swings as well to first thing you need to do if you want to blow is having a community. Maybe your community.
Like the loyalness.
Own them. Don't, like, if people realize that you get,
this is a PSA to Felamania too. Let's Felamanians. Maybe we should call it Felamanians.
Like, it's this community, your friends, their friends, your school, your area that you grow, the parties that happen around you. Start own that, like 50 people. This is your first deal. Maybe it's made up of WhatsApp or like that's a community. Start growing from there. Because if you decide to go and pay all these social media influencers, this is what influencing favorite songs at the same time.
Yes.
Nobody's taking that serious. But if a random person, I like this song, why do you like this song? And they listen to the song, they like it. Because it has a very high music taste and he likes this song, he needs that. I probably would like that song.
This thing he said reminds me of when I would be at home editing music videos or clips of whatever I was working on at the time, and then I would put on YouTube on the TV. There's this dating show where this what do they call it? I think it's not Mirachi.
Yeah.
So I would often twist about because I just like how people used to fool themselves. I would often tweet about it, that whenever new episodes were out, people would call me on Twitter and say, "Have you seen this new episode?" I was like an influencer.
Influence people to watch that show. But if I see that show from some influencer, top influencer,
not that you were,
it's on the serious for this man. But if I see that you like that show and you're talking about it, I'm like, what do you think this guy is talking about? And I watch one scene or one episode and I'm like, oh, I get it now. And then I become like another person talking about the same show. So yeah, that's the thing. I really see that's it.
So we're almost at the end of the podcast. But I'd like to ask this. It's a wildcard this question. If you were to manage an artist in Nigeria as your president, an established artist, who would it be?
Content creation studio in Lagos.
Well,
What Studios is the perfect place for you.
I mean, like one I never go wrong in my head. I can't say Beans. Why I can't say Beans is to find out.
Lights, music production.
I'll be pissed every time I realize that he does not want to do his music. And so, do you understand? Because they can use that to reach your
Yes, that's the community we've been talking about. Yes, that's like one of the biggest fan bases.
It's not one. It's the biggest. For everybody, we're all FC before we came. So we're all growing up. I remember his first. I saw him first as the I don't know what show was that where he was. I think it was his 18th birthday, where he had to go to like the cinema, and they did not let him enter. And then we had to show that I'm eating right now his birthday. We saw the movie because seeing him grow, we were all like, we all his friends, snapbacks, skinny jeans, carrots, but all of that, with all the nutritional resources, was that. So I would have said beans, but that would be like David.
And by the way, I think you're affiliated. You want to tell them about would you like to talk about your affiliation with?
Well, right now I work at Deploy. Deploy is the South African Recovery Management Company. So basically, we manage the so yeah. I don't want to say sentimental. I don't want to be I enjoy the thing that's I look at Ace and I see how he handles business. When he comes to the office, the way he talks about, he understands his artist properly, he understands his artist. Don't worry, when there's an issue, that's all that because at the end of the day, this person is still a human being. You cannot over me. But he's someone handles business and was also to call those various things and stuff. So
over the years has built that.
Built his contact. So yeah, I will not see. But
I think he's from management dynasty set.
You understand? I think his uncle was this guy was OBS one of Nigeria's first promoter manager. So you can. So but then I think one of the ones we all love.
I love what Nandis has done. I feel like there's nobody that manage run away Nandis because she's his mom. She knows him in the way that no other person can know him.
There is a level of respect in all of it.
And then you talked about respect.
So no matter how big you are,
you know that is your mom.
That's because I can tell you that this thing, don't do it this way, do it this way, and then I have your best interest at heart. So when a contract comes through, I'm not trying to
look at what I can get. Even though I do it's bad for the artist.
Yeah, I would not. I think I'll respect my cost in this contract. All of that. So I think what I like Mona because from the onset he has always put out good music and basic music. Even if it was not he didn't get to that superstar status till 2018, 2027.
And I feel like it was worth it. The weight was worth it because even at the time that I wasn't a superstar, I was putting out good music. That is how you will know that Burna Boy is not just your ordinary artist.
Yeah.
There's been the level of artist development all through that time.
Yes, he was a student of the king. So when the opportunity came, it's more it's not luck. It's not even call it luck. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. You understand? So when the opportunity came, there was no better time. It became he left all that club music. He became a touring artist.
And I feel this at the time. That's why I still listen to his music. On my playlist, I have a playlist for where the only songs you will get there are Burna Boy's Ashake and Fela Mani.
Okay. I like Asha. I was that person.
But that boy, I feel like he's the only artist that I know that has been making songs that you don't need pitches to increase the beat per minute before you vibe to that, you dance to it. They just play the songs in their natural element, and you still dance to it, you vibe to it.
Yeah. I think Bona Ashake, so I'm like, bro, like Ashake is not one artist, he's now in concepts. To me, he's not even an artist anymore. There's an Instagram page where he has been so like he has I don't know how to put it, but at any stage of his life he redefined his
There's always an evolution.
yeah, one time he was with that all of that like is it called dread then he cut that. He went on
Started doing cornrows at
Yeah.
the point.
he did the military vibe where he was just looking like he was a military man, then he moved on to this Tupac era. We moved on. Now, looking at him right now, he's also, superstar. Like, check his IG. He's no more an artist. He's not the concept. Like,
And for him to like Burna Boy was worth the wait.
yeah.
He's been putting in the work.
Yeah.
Putting in the and was worth the wait. And the good thing about him is that he didn't have to sound foreign.
It was the right time. Burna Boy blew at the right time. And right at the time when his music is at the vogue, that, necessarily wouldn't take so
Much of energy.
vogue already. Because if this had happened at the beginning of his career,
He plays my time.
bro, when you get it. Because then when he moved to South Africa, the pace of that music dropped. He had to come back to the country. Then Ye dropped, and that's scattered, all of that generation. They dropped an album that, I feel like, apart from God's timing, he was that bass was very important. So yes,
Burna, yeah.
in one of
So if you were to manage the foreign artist, artist president,
this word like I don't drink.
what do you?
Oh my, like I listen to Apple since I started using an iPhone, right? Let's say since 2013, so my iPhone 4S or 2023 or so 2013. Oh man was playing artists like every year.
Drake is always going to be part of
He's
it.
not like part of thing. He's #1 every single year. So managing people will be like a dream culture for me. And who else is I don't know, like let's see. I know I like the party next to it too. It's not like a big artist, but I like the party next to it too. So yeah, I can't manage like I can't go first to knowledge people. People need some money, right? Like they all put you on salary. I just want to buy my stuff. But like I don't like the music that you're putting out.
And it's those kind of people that wouldn't want to, they just want to stay stuck on
You get
whatever obscurity.
How would I feel now? Guilty every time I have to tell somebody else to listen to music. Because myself,
This thing that you said is one of the reasons why I am so confident when I have to preach Fela Mani to
that's what I'm trying to say.
Because the guy makes good music, so
Once you love your artist and you love his music, it's not going to be hard to tell the next person that
to listen.
you're not afraid that you will play this song and you will hate it. You're certain that, man, I have high bass, but I like the sound. I think what you listen to is not that great, so if I tell you this music is good,
And I remember when we were in the sports complex, and then we were very nice on that day, and you were playing your artist case, yes, the case, and it was like, I didn't even want to get down on the car.
that's the thing. Like, that is how music grows, but that's how community starts. If I like your music, I'm telling you, I'll tell 100 people about it. Do you understand? I will be there. Give me your phone. Even if you want to give me your phone, I'll see you. Do you understand? That is how much. That is why being a manager, you need to be able to. You need to be confident of yourself. So like vision very important. Was understand the streets, was understand
As 42 Falomi Street.
I want to see that you must understand the streets, you must understand how it is taught to people. So you understand? You need to talk to the streets, you need to talk to the people that are doing
There's a balance of both. Yeah. So let me still go back. I wanted to ask another wildcard question, but let me go. How do you manage the because this parties have expectations of the managers. How do you manage that expectation? They want to, they're saying they are contemporaries, who they start music together. One person has flown or this other person. How do you manage that expectation of an upcoming artist? He wants to, like, who's eager to get to that way?
Well, I mean, managing the expectation is, you can actually see efforts, right? You can see that, this door is right there, right? If you break down this door, but it's not as easy as it should be. Because if it was easy, she would have not been where you are. In fact, you might not have needed me.
Yes.
So, you can only put up. And that's a strategy. So with new artists, they didn't have, even with all these 15 million naira basic, he said, they just had part of the interview when he said that was really good, the new artists, they at least 15 million.
That's the least.
Do you understand? And then, since the Rema and all those people, who hasn't broken into the industry? There's space to much money for like a new artist. And it's not been
and some of them have even have to draw from.
Do you understand as well? When people like see that, you're signed to like me, stuff. Even after all of that, they go to, they prep them, they do all of that.
There's the academy and all of that stuff.
There's really no direct way of doing it. You just have to do these things. Hopefully, the right year listens to it. You have like multiple viral movements.
Because most times artists feel like, it's because the manager is not doing enough. Or
that's that sometimes let everybody carry it across.
Yeah.
Or even if you feel like manager could have done better. Because I feel like first of all, it's artists. It's the new apart from it's the artist because people like to be part of the story.
yes.
I like to be part of the story. Before this person might like your music, they must have seen that Horace. You understand? So even the personality is not like you by like fans or your mates, it will be very hard. Even for you, even if your manager does more video things, if the fans do not like you as a person, it's going to be very hard to break you to the industry. Because the hardest thing right now is to break the industry.
I remember one time like that, after, I think it was before Ashake or after Ashake, I can't remember now. But I signed one guy like that.
Did anything happen?
Nothing.
Not fair. Do you understand? Well, people like Ashake's
I
music.
think Saints or what is it?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
It was one crazy expensive. You think my guy should teaching.
So, things. That's the thing. It's breaking out. But then, the reason why Ashake's one was ridiculous, why everybody's breakouts was off the news, because first things first, we liked him. Like the music that he chose.
Yes.
People were EP. I don't know if you heard about EP.
I didn't.
Many people was pandemic. Also, it was a pandemic, and that's people. Boys had money. It was
almost because
benefit being so like people would relate to that.
yeah.
Do you understand?
And then we spend that for club.
Do you understand?
And they tell the DJ play me that song.
Do you understand? All of that hustle, that what we had was a hustle EP. And that's when that was just pandemic when it was better than the benefit hero. And then boys still had like a bit of money. Do you understand? So they could relate, and then of course Olamide was the
Co-sign.
was a proper co-sign. Do you understand? So like I said, apart from luck, I mean, like that's what they call us. Luck is just
opportunity.
Some preparation, understand.
I felt like I just dropped it at the right time.
That's how Omali started. Omali blew up during the COVID pandemic.
Lockdown.
Needed that sense of they were lonely, and then Omali had the most beautiful voice ever. And they, you people were emotional. People were, it was the right music at the right time. And that was the way, like, many Lagos was. It was the right music at the right time. And
Really Lagos with
yes, you get it.
I like the song with Damian Marley.
He changed.
Those that song.
The reason why people forget that, I think usually like the best Afrobeat artist ever. That made it Lagos. The reason why he had that many plays was because he understood what continuity in music was. This is the first song. The way I reached that album,
Felt like you were reading a storybook.
there's no skip. You start first, you just the year and the build before you go album not finish. You're like, oh my god, you play it again. That's why I really became that album. Really need us not see Mali's album, was that you start from the first album and just so now you as the manager, you really need to do a lot because the music and the performance you don't like come away. So yeah, that's the one.
So I know that you would have some. Let me not use the word lookups, but I know that there will be managers that you admire their work. You admire what they do. Who are those managers that you admire their work?
I definitely gonna want why I like gonna want is the fact that
Are you looking for an affordable
they do the terms even when she didn't believe in herself.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Bruno.
He understood the business part of that the business part of apart from showing your ass and all of that business because he had worked with
Non so amazing.
not speaking very much and
Yeah.
so he did better and then he
It's all of those experiences you had gathered.
the contact that he had, people that he knew. Every time he went to the studio, he told this person, I have to just like connection to this down to and then that would be Steve co-sign.
And one thing that I really admire one is that I don't. Everyone has ego, but he is able to keep the ego thing in check and work with people.
Yeah.
Work with the way he works with his co-manager.
Yes, that's the take.
Yeah, because Wale Davis.
Okay, yeah.
Because you find out that some people will be like, nah, I can't. No, it has to be me. It has to be me.
You know I said that he was able to, like, back to my first utterance where I said, he did not stay at the back. He took that, like, I'm the one forefront. Do you understand? I'm the one, do not take my glory and give it to somebody else. So that when you, as an artist, want to go be my artist, you will come correct. You will not come, like, you know who I am. You already know who I am. You know what I've done.
I'm the one making things happen.
I'm the one making things happen. So when you're coming for my artist, come correctly. If I say that my artist, if you're a booker, you need to someone so you need like 2 SUVs, you need like a hotel. Do not doubt me because I know I'm artist will bring engaging to your show. Do you understand? If I told you that my artist will make your show, make sure that this your feature sells like no medium in like unique. Will sell one because I've been able to build
value.
Yeah, I put value on the table for myself, for my artists, for my team or something. So yeah, the one I like, the one I like Scott Spurbrov, the guy that's found like Justin Bieber. Yeah,
Amazing dude.
yeah. In the US, I mean, I usually follow his people. Once again,
That is, being in the cultural industry,
Yeah.
where men they and she's you can't even mess with her because she's a tough woman. And that's one thing I admire about her. And there's also the motherly instinct.
yeah. So that protects like mother boy.
So you wouldn't want to mess with his back, you wouldn't want to mess with anything that
what I like about that is how you get the system. Apart from there being knowledgeable in the business, music business, they are tough. Very tough.
Very, you don't want to mess
You
with
don't
them.
want to mess with them. Do you understand?
You don't want to.
You don't. Like, you know that. And I think that's the reason why somebody in this team now works with Shane Vibes. Do you understand? You don't want to mess with yourself. They know the business, but they're still very tough people. So you look at them and don't want to mess with them. So, yeah. That's what I like about them, but that's what I like you. I like to say.
So, for young people who would be looking to get into artist management, what is that advice that you give them? No.
I feel like for me, being an artist manager is first, you not just look at the monetary value standstill. That is the classification. When you work,
Don't chase this and classification.
roll, and then don't start jumping, so just keep jumping ship every single time. Artists, to find your gold mine, you have to dig for great better gold, right?
Yes.
So find your artists, go out, meet people, always make sure you every time you go to this industry events, know people, network. It's important to communicate. All of them are don't like to talk. Want to work in the bank, don't come to the
Even in the bank, you have to talk to people.
like they don't come to the industry and be like, I am shy. No man, you can't be shy when you're doing music.
When you're in the music business.
You can't. Entertainment, you cannot be shy. You cannot be afraid of camera. I don't want to listen to catch you. No. Be able to, like, when there is also what called what's that scandal, be able to like spin it, let all of that, because there's nobody that would go through life and don't have a scandal, right?
Yeah, especially when you are in
All eyes on you.
exactly in the limelight. And the Yorubas have this proverb that, or is it? They say that that is only a popular person that this grace looks for everywhere.
Yeah.
Somebody who does not have a name, nobody wants to
Who cares? Do you understand?
blackmail them or do anything, to soil their image or reputation. It's only somebody with a name to protect.
Yeah. So read books, protect your artists, make sure that making your artists manage, pick the right artists, but not just going for like, oh, this person wants to go because you like and respect the music.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because you did a lot of convincing in the near future. So go for the artist that first of all you believe in his music. First, then be able to do your concert, be able to understand these markets. When you understand these markets, you can really compete for your artists. Understand these markets and then go hard on it. Because
So all of these things, it takes learning to understand.
yes,
So you need to learn the artists, learn about
artists
do a lot of research. So which brings me to the point that you also need patience.
of course, except you
Work in
artists. Set to work with a known artist. That's probably you can even patience with. But if you guys are starting from scratch together, the music is already growing.
I think even with blown artists, you still need patience because there's a lot of ego that you have to. The artist will just sometimes be erratic, and then you have to. Because we can't. Everybody can say.
Your artists, other artists,
You have to manage situations between them.
have to manage. There's a lot of ego have to be managed.
You are like the United Nations.
You have to, because you have to, apart from, you have to stand your ground in a situation. That's the communication skills that you
Yeah.
be able to. Empathize is your duty to make sure that although things are going bad, there are also like control the emotions that's happening in that
You know, and when certain deals are brought to you, how you can reject those deals in a polite way so that when they have the opportunity to bring other deals to you, you will not say, oh, this person was rude to us one time like that time.
Because they was put you for talk. They was whining you, so be able to like, oh, I don't want this, do it better. I don't want to be able to protect you. You don't look at me because and because contracts, people just think that people that give you money, they're stupid. People they're giving you like 100 million, or let's say, 50K dollars to start. You think they're stupid. They're not stupid. They're investors. Remember they lost, but they're investors, and they have contracts that not favor you. It's to favor them.
Yes, because they're putting their money.
Yeah, people think that this investors that say are giving like 50K are stupid. They're not. When you realize that is when you read songs and then even after 5 years, you lost nothing.
Because they have to recoup.
From your royalties, from your royalties, your calculations. There was no fine print somewhere that you did not really.
Yes, and because, or maybe because you didn't listen to your manager.
As I said,
But let's not do this. Let's try to renegotiate. Feel like who is the money? I've been in that situation where I was telling an artist, or was it his manager, but I was consulting for him, and it was a sync deal.
Yeah,
I was telling him, no, this thing is not. It's wrong. And just because of the money, kept saying, no, I had to do it, and we fell out because of that. It felt like I was an enemy of progress.
Like the situation that you talked about, it happened terribly. Some brothers did like buy to buy music for this, buy for a couple of years, listed music. Alright. They don't undervalue the music, which is very disrespectful. Because
It's a living legend.
at the end of the day, because you don't have the numbers, right? Because of the numbers and numbers, because Terry's music, most of it, he did not understand what they call it, digital music up until very, very
Because you guys were younger.
So we should understand that some of the songs were out, but not from me. Do you understand?
Yeah, he didn't know how to arrange them.
Do you understand?
Own digital ownership.
You go to YouTube search for Terry G.
Some other people's
And then you see views, like some videos have like 3 million views. And these are not like, these are videos that were dubbed from like Music Africa.
Yeah,
So the quality is really there. Do you understand? You're like, this is, and then you check the profile, it's not Terry, it's some other guy.
somebody's making money.
And then now when you now go back and so now we go back and put on music under his name.
Do you guys issue like a takedown for?
Yeah, you issue, but at the end of the day, like nobody has cleaned this before now. You understand?
So it's going to take a while.
To take a while, you understand? Until you, in fact, you can put on music and then you take down yours because this person has been there for a very long time.
So that person has like a sort of legitimacy.
You get so all of those things. When someone brought that to you, just felt like I can't give you my song so this is all.
Wait, the same song
É monstro.
and undervalued the
It was not because I used to say they are yet to make money. You understand? I've had like the same. I don't know. Last year, a lot of people were trying to like buy Nigeria. I don't know. I don't know a company from Sweden. In what states you get it was higher, or it just felt like
still undervalued,
bro. Like and then the thing is like they don't recoup that money.
I'm not getting it back.
So it's like you're still around the loss because at the end of the day, you use for that money. Let me buy this and buy that. Money is gone, but this music is on the digital platform. That's you will enjoy it if you have kids.
Like we went on Twitter this morning where we were talking about skills and the shape was like he was just like in joke car. Just a big car.
Imagine that he has sold the rights to the song to all of these.
I'm really happy for him that it's gone that this time. People would say that he's doing too much, but this is how he feels.
I feel like he should have this speed that he was doing should have done it before the World Cup.
Yes, so put himself in that space.
That's
He looks like he's now trying to.
But that's how he actually. But it seems like he saw that you can play at the World Cup final.
Yes.
People can do like the translate and all of that. So I don't know what the way is going to was whatever
Choreography,
strike.
doing halftime or opening ceremony.
You can draw the ball, listen to that shit, all of that. We should have done this program that is trying to do right now. Maybe like 8 months, set out the team, so like how they got that, about the La Liga or whatever, send out the team to see if they can actually, even if they will pay, but let him just get like,
You just put him that on that. So
we can have another reaction body movement.
end of year.
So
Thank you very much for coming on the platform on the podcast. It's been an amazing discussion. I'm really, and it's been one that we've been working on and trying to get here. Because you're a busy guy, if you're calling you say, we must get this my brother. You just have to come on. Thank you. I really, really appreciate you coming on the podcast, and I look forward to the amazing things that you'll be doing with the artists. I look forward to the amazing things that you will be doing personally, and I look forward to the amazing things that I want to do with you, because it's been a blessing knowing you. It's one of the, I think we met last year.
last year,
I think it's last year.
or like
Early this year.
almost late 2 years. I was late to.
Oh, time don't go.
Yeah, because I remember it wasn't the last year. It was late. It was not early last year, but late.
Okay, I think it was after the recording camp with David G that Lamani came to the
So
channel.
I think if it was that means it was last year. Because I was with Terry last year. So it was either like, it was early last year.
I just remember and further calling me excitedly, telling me, he's making an amazing thing. What would like for me to meet him? And I know
It's so funny that like the songs that like fell on the road for Terry still must be like,
it's not. I listen to those songs too as
I'm still
well.
very painful because I just knew that I could take that song to like the next level. Terry. You know, like I say, you didn't go teach, you don't go to a trip.
Yes, exactly. Because they always feel like, we don't need the kid now.
Like, you understand better, but it was just like, this is like a new vibe, but
Falamasi is an amazing song. When he told me he wrote for Terry, I'm like, wow, really? And he sent me.
like the contract, everything was ready, but like Terry was not ready to put out. Like, I don't know, like a new song, and still, like, it still really pains me to now because I know that if with the emotion that we had last year,
Especially with the Victoria feature.
the emotion that we had last year, it was going to take those songs that we made, because after we made all those songs, even before these years, we had like a listening session, like 8 of them, Karen. We had like Julia Carter, we had a couple of artists to listen to. And they all felt like this like a perfect time to put out. And you just hard drive just name that
Cobwebs. Anyways, we have come to the end of the podcast. Special shout out to Zani Music and Noad Studios. Noad Studios is where we are at. It's a podcast studio. We have a music recording studio as well. It's where you can come to record your podcast. If you're a content creator, just come. It's at affordable rates. There's a dedicated team of, professionals from production to post-production. They'll help you with whatever content you need to create. Shout out to everybody who has been a supporter of this podcast. Please like, share, continue to share with everybody and anybody who needs to learn about the music business. Subscribe, most importantly, subscribe. Thank you very much. My name is Okokendi Olateju. Till we'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.